Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing today? My back is sore. Almost didn't do the stream today, in all honesty, because of it. But we power through. I need to actually turn on Epoch Cam on my phone. There we go. I need to actually get it all hooked up. So, today we are going to be doing another paint stream. As you can tell by my keyboard being there, and the book. This is my second copy of The Lord of the Rings. Might be my third. I might have had another copy way back in the day, which is no longer with us, unfortunately. I do have a hardback copy, which was my dad's, which is somewhere. It might be in my bedroom. Oh no, it is under all this stuff. This is all my stuff from my Call of Cthulhu campaign. But yeah, so I've also got this copy as well, which admittedly has seen slightly better days, but it's an old hardback copy which I got from my dad way back in the day. This is the copy that I read it through. Oh, as soon as you open it, you can smell the old. You can smell the old and the dust. When was this copy? 1980. So yeah, this is my dad's old copy. You can tell it's seen some better days, but it's a 40-year-old book. This might be the oldest book I own. That isn't like collection of Shakespeare stuff. And this one is 20 years old, because this version came out to tie into the movie. This was that set there, which you guys might just be able to see over my chair next to the TARDIS. So I got a hardback and paperback version. Yeah, this was done for the movie. It's coming out. And then we also have a hardback copy of The Silmarillion there. And my copy of The Hobbit is currently in my bedroom, because I have been reading it again. Because I haven't read Lord of the Rings this year, and getting into the strategy bout games made me want to read it again, which is one of the reasons why I picked this up, because this is a nice little travel one, so when I'm going to my girlfriend's and on holidays and stuff, I can take this with me, and we can leave the hardback one on the shelf as just a little collection thing. But the reason why this is out is because I've been looking for a description for this guy. You might just be able to see if the camera will focus. Come on, camera. There we go. Yeah, so this is Gildor Inglorian, who we're going to be painting up today, along with this fine fellow, the Witch King. Because it is the Witch King model. This is the old Witch King model. It's not metal. It's not a metal one. This is one of the, I think it's fine cast? It's either fine cast or resin. But basically you get it's like 55 quid, I think, on the Games Workshop website. As one box, you get all the old Ringwraith sculpts, but in plastic instead of metal. I could have got some metal Ringwraiths, because I did find one of the rubber top boxes from back in the day on eBay, but which gave you the metal hobbits, which we painted up last month, and a exclusive Aragorn, which is a very cool Aragorn model. I think they did a made to order of it a few years ago, like the anniversary. But it's him with the brand, so it's like swinging it. And then the other selling point was you got 5 metal Ringwraiths. That just left the other 4 for you to get, including the Witch King. But I didn't get that because, as I said, I've already got the Hobbits in metal. And while the Aragorn mini is nice, I don't need another Aragorn yet. I've got 3 Aragorns at the moment, because I've got plastic, which is painted, which is just the cheap plastic one from, like, single pose plastic one from the Fellowship of the Ring box, which came originally in the Balin's Tomb box about 10 years ago, I think that came out, 2014, that sounds right in my head. And they've just announced they're bringing it back. They're bringing back that box. So, yeah, they announced that a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it's gone up for order yet. It might have gone for pre-order, but they're bringing it back. Oh, it is on pre-order. It is on pre-order, so 50 quid. That's not bad, actually. So how many goblins do you get? Is it half? I think it's only half a pack of goblins. If I jump on over, oh, there we go. Yeah, so this has just gone on pre-order. It comes out at the end of the month. But this was essentially done as like a little starter box. About 10 odd years ago. This is actually how I got into. I don't own this, but this being a thing is what made me consider getting back into it. Yeah, because they brought this out and then they did Pelennor Fields. After. This came out around the time that the Hobbit films were still coming out. So you get a board. Acts as like a simpler version of the rules. You get all 9 members of the Fellowship. I have those models in over there. You can get these models separately. They're fine. If you don't have another option, you can get a better Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli in Free Hunters box that came out 2-3 years ago now, with Gondor at War sourcebook. So you can get better versions of them quite easily. The Gandalf the Grey, you can get much better versions of Gandalf the Grey. I personally prefer the Gandalf the Grey model that comes in the Hobbit set, where you get all the Thorin's company, including Gandalf and Bilbo. It's a different sculpt from that. I personally prefer that sculpt that you can get. In case you're wondering, the cart is the next batch of minis, which are the mounted Ringwraiths and Arwen. But yeah, what was company? Here we go. Also, you can still get the classic Gandalf metal mini. He's the only one that you can just go on the site and buy. That is the original metal Gandalf. I have that model as well. That is one that we're going to be painting up on stream. I don't have the mounted in the cart version though. So what I might end up doing is getting that pack and then maybe eBaying the on foot Gandalf. I don't know. I'm undecided about what to do when it comes to that set. And this is the The Gandalf you can get. I just prefer that sculpt. I think that's a much, much better sculpt. In comparison to the Fellowship of the Ring sculpt. But, again, we have the classic metal one, which you can get for 50 odd quid. How many goblins do you get? But yeah, I'm not a fan of the hobbits. You can get a better Frodo and Sam, and which are, again, old metal ones, which are still available, which are them in Two Towers, and they come with Gollum. It's one of 3 ways to get a Gollum mini, still directly from Games Workshop. Because you can get either the pack where he comes with Frodo and Sam at the MMW, or you can get the Crack of Doom set, which came out for Return of the King. Or you can get the Riddles in the Dark set, which is him with Bilbo. Which I think is Finecast. But that might also be metal. Are you made of metal? Or are you Finecast? That's Finecast looking at it. Resin. Yeah, resin. So you've got 2 options for the Golem. You can either get metal or resin version. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that Frodo. The Legolas is fine. I just don't like the fact that he's doing that instead of doing that. It's the only way you can get Boromir on foot through Games Workshop. Merry and Pippin you can get with Treebeard. Gandalf, again, you can either get the metal version or with Florence Company. And Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli, you can have the 3 Hunters set. Get Cave Troll in it. I don't think you can actually get that Cave Troll any other way. Because the Cave Troll that they sell on the site is metal. So they might retire the metal Cave Troll and just have that one. Maybe. I don't know. You get the board. Like, the board's useful. Some dice, which you can't use for the actual game. That sprue, which is just the sprue that you get in that pack. Okay, so it's 12 goblins. Okay. And a cave troll. How much is the cave troll? We will actually start painting in a minute. But yeah, for like 30 quid you get more goblins. 25 quid you get metal cave troll. So it still works out a bit cheaper. And then fellowship wise, yeah, fellowship box is 35. So £50 is not bad. I just think there's better options. Like, I prefer that Gandalf. It's more expensive. It's a cheap way of having a fellowship, which is why I have it, because it's just 35 quid. Well, I got mine for 25 quid because I got mine in my FOG, but it's yeah, it's not a bad set. It's not a bad set. It's not a bad introductory set for it. 3 Hunters, they do look better in person. I wasn't 100% sold on these when I first saw them, especially the Legolas. But having seen some actually, I think it's just the way that they've been painted up for like the scans, it's not great. Actually seeing them in person in my local Warhammer shop, they look better. They look better in person. Yeah, so the only one that you can't get on foot, at least in terms of the Fellowship of the Ring style model, is Boromir. All the others you do have options. There is, like, Merry has an equivalent for this with Bellinor box, which is him with Eowyn, which I also have. We've got... But yeah, the only one that you can't... And then, again, the Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers style, Merry and Pippin come with Treebird. As proof there. But you actually get 2 different versions of each. Like, I actually quite like these Merry and Pippin models. I think they're quite neat. Yeah, and they're 2-piece sculpts where it's like their feet are separate and you just glue their torsos onto their legs and glue them onto the base. But there is a way to get Boromir. You just have to ignore Wyzywig. Just if we go to Minas Tirith, he might not be in stock at the moment. Oh no, there he is. Yeah, so Captain of the White Tower Boromir, which is him when he's doing his big speech at Osgiliath before he heads out to Rivendell. So again, it's like you ignore the Wyzywig stuff, but they're pretty nice models. They're pretty nice models. I'll probably end up getting those models at some point in the future because I like Boromir. But yeah, so that's that really. But, you know, if you can't find a Metal Fellowship, that's always an option. And, you know, it's a way of getting a load of goblins. It's not a great way of getting a load of goblins, because you don't get loads of goblins, but... Oh, actually, I'm assuming it comes with the terrain as well. Does it come with the Barn Tomb terrain? $22 minis, Fellowship, 12 goblins and a cave troll, rule booklet, game board, character cards, which you can't use for the actual game, unfortunately, because I'd buy it for the cards, to be fair. No, you don't get the terrain. You don't get the scenery for it. Ah, okay. I thought it came with the scenery. I thought it came with that. I thought this Mans Moria scenery came with that board game. I thought that was where it was from. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Right, shall we actually get started with painting? Because we've been going for... Well, we've been actually chatting for... I don't know how long. Not as long as the stream's been going, because I went and made myself a cup of tea, so... After I started the stream and did all the socials. I did all the socials while I waited for the kettle to boil. Because that's what I do. Right, Okay. I have a much longer cable this time as well. I'm just trying not to dip it. Make sure the screen is flipped right way around before we put it in. Thing. Not this. Switch. Right, okay. Okay. A quick drink of my tea. I have to drink it before it goes cold. Well, too often I leave my tea while I chat. I've got my Pepsi for after as well. Right, so today we have got what is a very, very, very simple mini to paint up. And one that will probably prove a bit trickier. If I can camera in the right position. There we go. Put the work light on. There we go. Alright. Okay, so we have today, for our viewing pleasure, we have the Witch King of Angmar from the Nazgul set, which is 90% done. He's black, which is the colour we want him to be. There is 2 parts left to do on him. 3 parts actually, technically, which are the metallics, which are his sword, his gloves, and his shoes. We'll also have a, just brighten it a little bit, just to add some shading to him, like highlights with very dark grey, and then coat him in black wash, and he's done as far as the stream is concerned, because again I like to leave washes to dry kind of overnight, but I might get the rest of him done later depending on how quickly it dries, which is basically the base and a little bit of brown on his cloak, along the rim of his cloak at the bottom, just so that way it makes it look like he's walked through a load of mud and stuff like that. And then the other one, who is going to prove a bit more challenging, is this lad, Gildor Inglorian, who is a character who is in the book for not very long. He's in it for like half a chapter. For those who haven't read the book, Gildor Inglorian is a character who makes it into like no adaptations. I think the only adaptations he's ever been in are maybe the radio drama from back in the day, like the BBC radio drama, but I don't think he's in that. I'm pretty sure they gave some of his lines over to a mixture of Father Maggot, Tom Bombadil, and Glorfindel. Just make sure. Can you guys hear me? Yes, you can. Cool. I'm trying to think what other adaptations he's in. He's in Lord of the Rings Online. I know that. He's a quest giver in Lord of the Rings Online. And he's in the trading card game from back in the day. And they might have done a Magic the Gathering card of him, but I doubt it. I know he's in the old school trading card game, and I think there's like, I think one of the elves in like the background of some bits is him on like the cast list, but he's never actually named on screen. It's like, oh yeah, this is like, you can choose to believe that this is this guy, but it doesn't matter. Like how Glorfindel is. But Glorfindel actually makes it into some adaptations. But he's not in the Fellowship of the Ring console game. He might have been in like the old text adventures way back in the day. I don't know. I haven't played them. So, no. And I was looking in the book. He's not described in the book. There's no description of him. He's just an elf. He's basically, he is in, so in, I think it's in the theatrical cut. I'm pretty sure it's in the theatrical cut. It's definitely in the extended edition. Of the Fellowship of the Ring, after Frodo and Sam leave the Shire, before they meet up with Merry and Pippin. This is a slightly different way that they did it than in the book. The parade of elves head into the Grey Havens that they see in the night, that night, as they walk on by, and they're like hiding in the shrubs looking out. That group in the book is led by this guy. They meet and they come across later. They're actually the reason why in the book the Ringwraith that the hobbits hide under the tree from, and then Merry, and he's like sniffing around for the ring, and then Merry throws, I'm pretty sure it's Merry throws a rock or something further down the track, and then the Ringwraith fucks off. I think it's that Ringwraith is actually Kamul. I'm not 100% sure. I know Kamul is the one that's on the Buckleberry Ferry. Well, not on the Buckleberry Ferry, but it's the one that chases Frodo to the Buckleberry Ferry. I'm pretty sure that Ringwraith that they encounter there, that's supposed to be Kamul. But I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, basically the reason why that Ringwraith fucks off in the book is it hears the elves singing as they're coming on by. And again, it's led by Gildor. And then Gildor essentially passes on word to Aragorn in Bree, Tom Bombadil, and basically he's like, oh yes, I'll send word to our allies that you've left the Shire, Frodo, and we'll make sure that you get to Rivendell. So the message goes out to Tom Bombadil, who then looks out for them while they're making their way through the old forest. Who else does it reach? It reaches Aragorn, which is why Aragorn then heads to Bree. And a few others, including Elrond, which is why Glorfindel gets sent out to meet them halfway. Meanwhile, in the film, it's Arwen who meets them, with no explanation. So, hello again. So, like, the problem that we've faced is there's not that much artwork, but yeah, it's this guy is supposedly Gildor. There's like sometimes he's portrayed with blonde hair. Oh yeah, this is him in the trading card game. And this is the only like artwork that depicts him from the books. There's like brownish hair, kind of. Like he could some depict him with brown hair, some depict him with blonde hair, like all the other elves. Some depict him with. Oh, here we go. Here's some. I think that's supposed to be them, even though there's more hobbits. Oh no, yeah, because all. Yeah, 3 hobbits meet him in the book, which are Frodo, Sam, and Pippin, because Merry goes on ahead to prep the Buckleberry. So, could either do him with silver hair, brown hair, or blonde hair? And then the other images that come up are like of the mini. And him in... Oh. So that's what he used to look like. That's the old mini. Oh, Mithril. Mithril Miniatures, of course. They are the ones who did the minis way back before the Jackson films came out. That Fellowship is that you can get, and that is based off of the animated version. So I don't know, but anyway, let's make a start. Let's make a proper start. We'll get the Witch King done, because he's very simple. Very, very, very simple. I did the other 8 Ringwraiths last night. They're done. They're good. I saved... Well, they're mostly done. They still need to be based. So... But that's... fine. My plan, basing them wise, is just going to be... simply... dipping them in... what I call Mordor Earth. Which is just a... simple, like... It's just... scenic stuff. Oh, the other thing we need is some music. I've just realised I haven't got any music going. Let's find some music. Bloody copyright laws, not letting me use just the Nazgul theme. Just do some nice relaxing music.
You there? Yes, you.
That's a bloody Arrow advert. Skip that. I didn't take that into account. Just lower the volume on the music a bit. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. So, let's get started then. Very, very, very nice, simple job first. We want a black, and I believe it was Dungeon Stone I used. Shake, 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 shake. Hope you want that. Right, 1, 2. If I remember correctly, because I didn't actually write down the formula I used, I believe it's 2 parts matte black to 3 parts Dungeon Stone, which is quite a dark grey. I normally use this for well, I use it mainly for doing bases, especially with Marvel Crisis Protocol minis. But they're really, really, really nice bases. That's not the brush I want. Where's my brush? Where's my base coat brush? There's my base coat brush. Before we wet the brush. It might not be this grey, in which case I will run and grab my other grey, but I'm pretty sure it was this grey I used. Yeah, that's about the same shade. We essentially want to dry brush it. And we want to coat the entire mini in it. Again, this is just simply to add a bit more just a little bit extra colour to him. Just dry brush the entire mini. Because I didn't bother doing a Zenithal on him or the other Ringwraiths because it just creates more work. Because otherwise that would be like taken back down to black again and then do this. So this is literally just black primer so far, which is Colourforge. Colourforge black, matte black primer. Because I like the Colourforge primers because they're cheap, they give good coverage, and there's big bottles of them. Okay. I'm pretty sure most of the... Sorry, I'm just taking them out from under the phone just so I can make sure I get all the coverage that we need. It doesn't matter if we hit the metallic key bits, which we inevitably will, especially with this mini. Visible sheath. He does have a visible sheath, actually. Also, I've just noticed, has a little dagger there under his arm, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be the Morgul blade. Alright. So that is him. Right, so that's job like 1 of 3 done on him for the day. In terms of what we're doing today when it comes to him. So he is all good. Done, we just leave him to dry. And in the meantime, we'll make a start on Gildor. Yeah, that got cold. Alright, so, I think, let's have a look at him. Alright, so, obvious bits in terms of colour. His skin, he's an elf, so he's pale. He's a wood elf. Is he? Is he a wood elf or is he a high elf? I actually don't know. Let me have a quick look. I'm pretty sure he's in Rivendell. Ooh, nearly dropped my book in the water. That would have been stupid. Right. Oh wait, hang on. I have a PDF. So you guys can actually see what I'm looking at. Oh. Right, because it's not actually set to... Oh wait, I know how to do this. There we go. Alright. I'm pretty sure he's in Rivendell. This is an actual official PDF because Jesus Christ. One thing actually, right? Again, sorry about the rant, but right, let me rant for a little bit. Games Workshop, when I buy a book from you, give me the fucking PDF. Like, I can't think of another company where you're buying a book from the publisher itself and you don't get the PDF for free included in it. Like, I don't mind paying a little bit more. You're already charging extra for the book. But, like, again, like, we go to the books. I know, so, well, this is a good example, right? So, the Quick Start Rules is free. Absolutely, the Quick Start Rules should be free. So the rules manual is £37.50, right? That does not come with a PDF. That's just the physical book. And if we go to Warhammer Digital, you have to buy the book separately. Like, I don't mind paying extra for the physical book, I prefer having physical books. I prefer it. But give me the fucking PDF. Because I bought the I bought the Armies of Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. The rules manual came with my Pelennor Fields box, which I got at my friendly local game store because it was cheaper. My copies of the Armies of Lord of the Rings and the Armies of the Hobbit either came from my local Warhammer store, or they also came from my friendly local game store. I'm pretty sure they came from my friendly local game store. But I Gildor at War, Crest of Ringbearer, and War and Rohan copies, which are up there, they came from this website. I got them from this website. I have the order history. I'm not going to show that because doxing is a thing. But it's there. It's there. It's like, just include the fucking PDF. Also, what does it mean by enhanced edition? What does this mean? Oh, is this the searchable one? Okay, so you can do panorama stuff and other shit. It's not just PDF, it's a weird thing. But, like, again, if you buy that from them, you should fucking get it. Every other company does that. Like, at least include the ebook version. I don't care about an enhanced edition. Don't need that. Just include an ebook version so that way I can just take a tablet or something with me to my friendly local game store. I don't have to bring a whole thing. Or alternatively, I'll do what I've done. And find it online. Find someone who scanned it online because you can. But I wouldn't have to do that if I didn't have to buy the fucking book twice. Anyway, that's my soapbox. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, Gildor. So this is the Gildor that they've done. So he's all bluish. So I got a green tunic, brown boots, blue, everything else. There's an elven cloak. Are you a wood elf or a high elf? You may include wood elf warriors from Lothlorien. Can he be taken in Lothlorien? I don't think he can be taken directly in Lothlorien, but Lothlorien and Rivendell are green allies, so brr, it don't matter. Whilst many of the Isles of Eriador settled in the many high havens, Gildor Inglorian chose to make his home in the wilds of the north. As these lands are not the safe place they once were, Gildor has made it his duty to keep a watchful eye out for travellers in these lands in order to guide them safely. But Gildor's gifts are well suited to this task. He and his kin are swift of foot, quick enough to keep up with a horse over silent distances. Can he actually be taken to Lothlorien? Galadriel, Celeborn, Haldir, Lumiel, Galadrin, Captain, Wood Elf Captain, Galadrin. No, he cannot. But again, he's like they're green allies, so is that Lothlorien? Yeah. Which one is Rivendell? Ah, that symbol. So he is... So Lothlorien are historic allies with the Fellowship, Rivendell, and Rohan. So yeah. He can technically go in Lothlorien, but you know, yeah, sort of ally. Point is, though, he's... Hang on. He's a Noldor. He's a Noldor elf. Deep elf. Is there like a general description? Ah, so he's the same type as Galadriel. Alright. Okay, so they're the elves that settled in Rivendell, because it's Gil-galad's people. So okay, that's why he's in Rivendell. So yeah, that's the only bit of Alan Lee artwork that exists of him. So either silver or blonde hair. Main options. I don't want to do a brunette. I genuinely don't know. Well, if we do his skin first, and then we'll decide on like the hair and stuff like that after the fact. Actually, would it work better if you guys could see me? Probably, actually. I keep going to use my keyboard. It's not there. Alright. There we go. There we go. Alright, okay. Because this way as well, when I'm doing the close-up painting, you guys can actually see kind of what I'm doing. But, oh well. Yeah. Let's do his skin. Let's do his skin, at the very least. Because at least that way, we've done something on him. So we go for almost an hour now. Which painting's basically done, but yeah, we need to do something on Gildor. That should be enough. There's not much skin on him, it's just his face and his hands, so. I've also just realised I don't have my leather. My pre-mixed leather shade brown. I also probably need a new brush. Yeah, I definitely need a new brush. Alright. It's so confusing having the camera there. I am at some point going to invest in another camera to use here, which will probably work a bit better, but that won't be till next year. This setup works? Question mark. Yeah, I definitely need to change out my brush. This brush is... yeah, this brush has cacked it. Which is a real shame, because I like this brush. It works really well. We'll use that brush for the washes later, and then probably call it a day when it comes to that brush. I need to get some new ones. Oh, it's in my back. Ow. Give me a minute. Gonna take some drugs. Twitch, don't come at me. Alright. We can decide on the hair later. Let's get the rest of him done first, and then we'll decide what we're going to do hair-wise. So I guess next up would be the tunic. Tunic, gotta go for green as our base. And then probably mix in some grey with it. Or brown, actually, more likely. A elven cloak will be a mix of like blue and grey. So I'm actually going to switch my brush out. A slightly larger one. It's going to be a very similar way that we'll be doing Legolas's tunic in a few months' time. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Because we're then going to do a brown shade on him as well. Which will just help add a little bit more to the effect. Any other bits that need hitting? Okay, so that's his tunic done. It's just a matter of redoing his belt. Is there any other bits of his sleeve that we missed? Yes. There we go. There we are. Okay. I'll be right back because I need to go grab my unless I already have it, unless I did think ahead and brought it over to his boots. I did not. Typical me. I will be literally 2 secs, folks. I am just going to go grab my leather brown so that I can do his boots and his belt with it. Alright, so I've got my leather brown. I really like that brown. I've also gone and grabbed another shade of blue. I'm still debating what shade of blue to do his cloak. The cloak will be done before his hair. Because that way any bits that accidentally go on the hair can easily be covered. He doesn't have like a bag or anything, does he? No, it's literally just the cloak. Also, we need the little rigid leather for his sheath as well. For his sword. Oh, is that a little bit of tunic poking out under his... I think it is. Certainly looks like it. So, in the end, I did miss a little bit. This brush is just split as well now. I have a horrible feeling it might be the pot. It might be the water pot that's doing it. Because we did use it to mix PVA when we were doing some scenery at the weekend. So I have a really horrible feeling it wasn't properly washed out. And there's still some bits of PVA that's getting on the brushes. I mean, most of these brushes are just cheap brushes. The ones that are really nice are just... which are like the ones like this, which have just come... slowly died over use. Shall we finish off the Rich King? So, because he's dry now. Or should we wait? Do all the metallics together? I mean, there's not much metallic on Gildor. Not silver anyway. There's a sword. Like a little clasp around his neck. There's like the detailed stuff on his sheath. So if we actually do the leather stuff first. So hit the sheath, his boots, and his belt. Because his tunic, his tunic wants another layer on it, definitely. I'll hit that in a minute. Let's do then. Now, we'll hold off on the metallics. We'll just do the metallics all together. And then we'll wash the Witch King and that'll be that. Him done. Let's do Gildor's cloak. So we have Underdark Indigo, Ethereal Blue. I think Ethereal Blue actually. It's a slightly lighter shade. And then the brown wash, which will come later. Yeah, I definitely think that. This music's quite creepy, ain't it? Yeah, it's Halloween. It's kind of worked out where we're doing kind of a spooky miniature with the Witch King for Halloween, even though he's not the main focus of the stream. The main focus of the stream is Gildor. It was always going to be Gildor because, you know. Where you have access to Black Primer. It becomes very easy to paint Ringwraiths very quickly. Just need to be careful not to hit his tunic too much for this blue. But, you know, if we do paint on the green stuff, we paint over it because it's paint. And we'll do the hair next, I think. There's boots next, actually, most likely. It's actually quite a nice blue. I like this blue.
what we might do is highlight it up with like a mix of this blue and some grey. A little bit of contrast. I like this blue. It's a nice blue. Just need a little bit. It's a little bit more on the palette. I misjudged how much we would need. Just a little bit. Okay. It did hit a few areas that we don't want to. A little bit of cleanup's needed on the tunic now. We got the scabbard a fair bit, but that's why we did the cloak now, because I knew we would. Tiny little bit on the top there. A little bit of skin on it, and we just should have used a smaller brush for it, but oh well. But I like that blue. I think that blue works for him. So again, we'll do a highlight. With this, just mixed a bit with grey later. But yeah, he's definitely coming together. Again, a little bit of cleanup needed to do on the tunic, but that was inevitable. That was always going to happen doing that. Okay. All right. So, next job on him to do will be his boots. It's actually quite a simple mini, to be fair. Once we got down what we were actually going to do with him, it's not that difficult of a mini to paint. Help say it's like quite simple colours. Quite simple colours, quite and very like uniform sort of. I think the brown shading is going to do a lot for him. Hair wise, there's going to be a lot of blonde elves that we do. We've got Legolas to do, who's blonde. We've got Haldir to do, who's blonde. Other elf characters are there? Let me have a look, because I do actually have a actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the Gildor Inglorian. He's Rivendell. Oh, he has an undershirt. That little sleeve bit isn't actually part of his tunic. It's an undershirt. Okay, yeah, we can fix that. That's fine. There's a little bit of undershirt on him as well, under the tunic. Oh yeah. So there is. Well, that's easily done. So they've given him a blue undershirt and a grey cloak. We've given him a blue cloak, so grey undershirt, or a different shade of blue on his undershirt, maybe. Could do. Brown. Brown's not really the sort of colour that they do on the undershirts, though, is it? But anyway, what I was actually looking for is my Google Doc. Because I actually have a Google Doc for all of the different scenarios that we're doing. And I am going to release this at some point in various Discords and stuff like that. So this is actually my version of the campaign. As I didn't really have much to do writing this up. It's mostly the same, it's just expanded a bit. I think the final count, in fact I can tell you the final count for the scenarios. It is 55. 55 scenarios. Some might end up being cut though. Because this includes every single scenario that takes place at the Pelennor. For the most part, there are a few that I've cut out. Like ones that primarily just feature the fiefdoms and Minas Tirith characters, who aren't Gandalf and Pippin. Like the Grief of Eomer, that could get cut. There's a few scenarios on here that could quite easily go. The main one that I'm thinking of getting rid of is the Pelagia. Yeah, the Battle for Pelagia. Just simply because it's a load of it mostly involves models that you can't get anymore. From Games Workshop anyway. So there's going to be a lot of proxying. Because mostly the Corsairs, which are the problem. And they're only using that one scenario, the way we have it. So it's like, do we need it? Probably not. But yeah, so this is a list of every single scenario that we're doing, every single mini that we need for those scenarios. I haven't taken into account equipment because sod it. And then you have all the different bonuses that you get through it. Most of which come from the book. Some I've taken from scenarios that I've cut and just swapped them around. There's a few optional rules as well for the campaign. So there's an optional rule where Boromir can actually live through it. Rules for the Gifts of Galadriel. So Fellowship get their bonuses from the Breaking of the Fellowship. Special equipment stuff. There's actually a thing I got wrong there. Gimli does not get armor at Helm's Deep because it doesn't fit. Merry and Pippin changed their profiles. Gandalf changes his profile, and then we also have the permadeath things, which is the main thing that I've changed. Because I believe the way it's written, it's kind of unclear. The way it's written, only the Fellowship are affected through the ongoing Might, Will and Fate rules and permadeath possibility. I've made it so that any continuous character can, with the exception of the King of the Dead, whose Might, Will and Fate does carry over, but he can't permanently die because he's already dead, and Gollum basically just like runs off because otherwise it makes no sense. So all 9 key members of the Fellowship: Smeagol, Haldir, Eomer, Theoden, Eowyn, Faramir, Madril, Damrod, Anborn, Mablung, Aldor, Harleth, Gamling, Deolwine, Elfhelm, Ingold, Irolas, Treebeard, and the King of the Dead are all subject to these rules. Gildor, unfortunately, is only one. And also that does, if you guys do want to take these rules and use it for Fantasy Fellowship, then obviously the 9 are replaced by their Fellowship, but their replacements. And also, I have also added in the option of like, hey, maybe you want to do a bigger campaign. Scaring of the Shire can be thrown into it. I haven't actually put Scaring of the Shire scenarios on here because I don't own the book. I have a PDF, but I don't have a physical copy. And also that's so far in the future. I'm like, let's not worry about those for now. We're worried about buying enough models, and most of those models are Forge World models anyway, so a bit expensive. But yeah, how many elf characters do we actually need for this campaign? Gildor Inglorian, obviously. Haldir, obviously. Legolas, obviously. Generic Galadriel people. Arwen. Or Glorfindel. I think that might actually be it. Oh, and what the fuck are their names? I'm on here, I think. Or not. They might not come under it. But it's Elrond's kids who aren't Arwen, the ones who are part of the Grey Company. I know they're in Pelagia. Where is Pelagia? I want to say it's Celadan and another one. Eladan and Elrahir. Both of who have black hair because that line. I'm pretty sure they're Elrond's sons. They're related to Elrond. Are they Elrond's sons? I'm pretty sure they are. Again, they come under Rivendell, so easy enough to find. Eladan and Elrahir. Yeah, two sons of Elrond and Celebrain. Because it's Eladan, Elrahir, and Arwen. Oh, they go to the Black Gate. Huh. Are they in the scenario? Frodo, Sam, Aragorn, Gandalf, Legolas, Merry, Pippin, Éomer. No, because this has it based off of the film. It's the Gondor at War version of the Black Gate. But it's like this is the version from the book. Right, I'm actually going to take a very quick break, real quick. Again, while we wait for the dry. He's probably dry on the cloak, but yeah, I'm going to take a very quick break, folks. We'll come back and we will finish him off. So yeah, be right back. Now I'm back. Hello. All right, so he's dry. I was gonna grab another shade of grey, wasn't I? Do I want to do his tunic grey? No, I don't think I do. I'm thinking we do his little undershirt bit. Maybe a deeper shade of blue. Maybe that indigo. Yeah. Oh wait, hang on. Let me jump on. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking we do. Has the music stopped? It has stopped. Oh no.
Is HelloFresh worth the price?
Fuck off, please.
I just love the idea.
There we go. Alright. That should be going for 2 hours now. Jesus. Right, okay. Choose that one. Right. We'll see how it looks. At any rate. There we go. We don't need a lot. I also use the brake to change out the water because... Whoop! Right up. For anyone else, I do actually have a paint handle, I just don't use it. Because the paint handle I've got is the Games Workshop one, and I don't really like it. Probably should have used a smaller brush as well. Oh well. See how it dries. I'm not convinced by it. Let's see what it looks like when it's dry. But I'm not 100% sold. Yeah, I definitely should have used a smaller brush for it though. Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see about that one. Not entirely convinced. Although, actually, it's already started to dry, and maybe. Maybe. Right, let's bust out our rigid lever, which is somewhere. There he is. And it's got to be used on his boots. Are they actual boots? Or are they most shin guards? Damn it. I keep clicking Lothlorien because I'm pretty sure that's where he's from. Yeah, they are boots. Yeah. Yeah, they're riding boots. So this is what, so that's what this brown is for. This is boots and his scabbard. Actually gonna break out a bit of a smudge. Again, could go get the paint handle. Brown gun. There it is. Could even... What I was going to say then was I could even make a start on painting the base brown. Because it's got to be, because this is going to be a very like grassy undergrowth-esque base. For him. Because, yeah, he's a wood elf. Oh, he's an elf who they meet in the woods. Sorry, I just need to bring him up into the light a bit better. Just so I can... see a bit more. Make sure we get it all covered. A little bit of cleanup needed on the tunic, but it's fine because we got some of the blue from his undercoat on that anyway, so. There's a little bit of cleanup now needed. Done on his cloak, but again, that's absolutely fine. We anticipate shit like that happening. Now I want my extra small brush. Extra fine detail brush. What we're going to do is belt. And now it's just a matter of doing his hair, then tidying the metallic. Well, the metallic and then the tidy. And then apply the wash, and then the bases will do later. Once wash is dry, I'll do the base, because I'll do them. And properly get them based after the fact. As usual. Right, okay. I think we do the yellow hair. And as per usual, we're not worried about doing the eyes, because I can't do them. I've long since come to terms with the fact I can't do eyes on minis, and it's just unnecessary work that can ruin a perfectly good miniature. Again, outside of larger minis. Large minis, absolutely do the eyes on them, but minis like this, you don't need them. Unless you're doing like close-up pictures of them and stuff like that, you don't need it. As I've said previously, I've tried doing the eyes on one mini in the past. It didn't work, and it was a mini I wasn't particularly fussed about. It was the Luke that comes in the Star Wars Legion starter box. So I knew I'd be very quickly replacing that Luke at some point with the operative Luke that you can get separately, which is him in his Return of the Jedi outfit. As opposed to the version in the starter box, which is him basically, well, it's Empire Strikes Back Luke, so as him on Bespin. Yeah, a very, very, very receding hairline. Like, for an elf. There we go. Yeah, I think blonde's definitely the right way to go. And now that the indigo has dried, I can see that's also the right way to go as well. Right then. So, next job before we do the tidying and the shading is we are going to do the metallics on both minis. So, metallics are for the Witch King, his boots, his gloves, his swords, because he's got two. He's got the Morgul blade. You can't forget he's got the Morgul blade on the other side. And Gildor, he's got his sword. He's got like the little relief pieces on his scabbard. He's got a little clasp up by his collar. And that's it. Looking at him. He also has like buckles on his shoes. I noticed. He's got those little... Camera's that side. He's got his little buckles there. His shoes. So we could even do them. But he's got that little bit at the top of his cape. It's like the join, the cloak. There's a lot of cleanup that's needed to be done on him, but no, we'll do that at the end. And we got the design pieces on his scabbard as well as his actual sword and his sword handle, which we're gonna. So it's a mix of silvers and golds on him, and then the Witch King. So it's just his sword, his gauntlets, his shoes, and the Morgul blade, which you can see just poking out of his cloak. There's no scabbard or anything on this guy, is there? Just about see scabbard on him. Let's just have a quick gander. Might be out of stock currently. Nope, he's just right at the bottom. Oh no, yep, they just painted it completely black. Black wrapping around the top, around the scabbard itself. The blade, gauntlets, the shoes, yeah. Alright. There's like and the pommel as well. There's a metallic-y bit. Right, okay. Where is my... myself up. So we'll do the Witch King first, because then all that'll be left on him will be... Actually, no. We'll do the silver on Gildor first, because that's his sword. And nothing else, all the rest will be gold. So that will make it easier. Because then we sort out the Witch King, all of the silvery bits will dried on Gildor. Which again is literally just his sword. And then the actual pommel of his sword and the other bits will be gold. On to the Witch King. So again, on him, it's just sword. Well, and as do the sword. Literally do the gloves as well. Just being careful not to get too much on the hilt. Because again, he does have like a black wrapping around the hilt. Actual pommel. And any bits of his cloak that get hit by it, just clean up later with some black. Do the same on his other sword. So again, that little bit of his cloak that we hit there will be ready later. Basically, once we get Gildor done. Gildor is a bit more involved in terms of washing him in this lad. And then just do his fancy metal boots. Again, just bringing it up close to me so I can see any and all. Still need doing. Hands are really shaking today. Alright. So, cleanup and shading aside, that's the Witch King done. We will do once the silver has the time to dry. Right, we now want to break back out the extra fine detail. Brush again on Gildor. So only jobs that are left to do are the gold stuff on Gildor. In fact, actually, you know what? Well, silver is still on the palette. I'm actually going to just do a little bit of silver on his boots. Oh, you can't actually see any straps on his other boot. So, there you go. That's an easy job. Right, okay. So, we are now going to do his gold bits. And then it'll just be a matter of cleaning up. And then applying the wash. How is his hair actually? Because yellow would only need a couple coats of it. It's actually worked quite well. Yeah. It's alright when you're doing it on white. It's when you do it on black or grey. You need multiple coats for the yellows. I like this gold. In the middle there. And again, this is all going to be done with the extra fine detail brush because it's the bits on his sword sheath, the little bit on his chest, like the little clasp bit. They actually have a little bit on his belt. For example, that paint's still wet. I was expecting that. Like blackish grey that we mixed to be dry by now. But it's still wet, so that's actually quite useful because we'll use that for tidying up the Witch King. So mental note made, that blackish grey is still a little bit wet. Right, we don't need a lot of gold. Actually got a fresh bit of tissue as well. go. Again, it's now just a matter of waiting for that all to dry and then doing the cleanup. Which I am actually going to do on the Witch King now, because I wouldn't be surprised if the metallic paint is fully dried now. Back's starting to ache as well, sitting here. But we're almost done. Almost done. Just gotta apply the washes, and then we will be calling it there on these lads for now. And then I'll finish them off either tomorrow or tonight, depending on how long the wash takes to dry. It's 4:15 now. It's not like it's a hot day anymore. Heatwave has moved on now. Heatwave's gone. So yeah, that's dry. Hopefully it's enough of this. Yeah, just about. You don't need a lot, it's literally just to act as tidy and layer. No, I really like this very, very, very dark grey colour we've been able to mix. It definitely works like a little overcoat for it. Go. Right, well, he's ready to be washed. Once dry, obviously. And logic dictates that if that is still wet, then the others should be as well. Just about. So all we're doing now is literally just the tidying up. getting some sort of like head-mounted camera wouldn't be a bad shout. I did look for something of that ilk. You know, GoPros and stuff like that. But a lot of them, it's like... There's no like good way of adjusting focus on them, which is why I went with this setup instead. For now, I will eventually replace the phone with another camera, which will also get rid of the Elgato logo, because I refuse to pay money. I refuse to do a subscription to be able to use my phone as a camera on my computer. Because I swear it used to just be a case of, regardless of what kind of phone you have, you just plug it into the computer and boom, it's a camera. Like, I wasn't expecting to have to download like various apps and drivers and all sorts. Like a driver maybe. I wasn't expecting to have to download a load of apps. Right, okay. So there's a little bit of the skin they got on the cloak. A tiny bit of his hair as well got on the cloak. But it's pretty good. Just need to do another layer on his face. Oh, there's a tiny bit of green still on the cloak as well. We haven't got much of the light blue left on the palette, but it's just enough. So need to do a tiny bit of cleanup on his scabbard as well. Actually. And just another layer of skin tone on his face. And I think he's ready to be washed and shaded. Oh, shading wise, flesh wash on his face and hands, obviously. Black wash on his sword. I'm debating whether or not just do the black wash on the rest of him as well. I don't know. Maybe. I'm quite happy with him. Witch King I'm definitely happy with. The Witch King's that just needs shading. Just needs to be coated in black wash and he's all done. So, in fact, we will do that now. I don't know about doing... I'm debating whether or not just to black wash on Gildor as well. Because we could. Oh yeah, this is where these brushes show their issue. Just the fact they don't hold the wash very well. But it's fine because we have this one that does, even in its current state. I definitely think that it's got like shit in it. But it's fine because it applies the wash. No real bother. Even in its current state. We want to coat the entire mini. This paint scheme works for all the Ringwraiths. Not the named ones, the metal ones you can still get, which are the unique Ringwraiths. I don't have any of them. And the only one I am particularly interested in getting is the Witch King one you can get, which get in the Mordor army box. I have him on his Fell Beast from the Pelennor box. But the problem I have with those models is all of the Nazgul that you get in the Nazgul box, where they're not amazing sculpts. They are 20-year-old sculpts, and they're plastic, not metal, but they're unique. And the only thing that the metal ones have, in my opinion, over it is they're unique poses. The ones that you get with this guy. Each Ringwraith in that box is a unique pose. It may not, they don't come with mounted versions, which the named ones do. The named ones, with the exception of the Witch King, who is not metal, plastic now, you get at minimum two of them, both on horse and on foot, all in metal. But as far as I was concerned, like, you can use the non-named ones, just make it sure it's obvious which one's which, and for the named Nazgul, like the Tainted, the Dwarf Elf, what is it? You got Witch King and Kamul, obviously, and then there's the Tainted, the Undying, the Dwarf Elf. I don't know. I don't know the other ones. I haven't bothered to learn them. But as long as if you're using the mounted versions as well of the Ringwraiths that aren't in that set, where it's like the 3 horse ones, or the Witch King, and 8 of those minis, you just make sure that it's obvious which one is which. Like, just base them differently, or paint them differently. Or give them different colour schemes, or unique bases and stuff like that. Just so that way you can tell apart which one's which and be consistent about it. Obviously. But, as far as I'm concerned, who gives a fuck? They're Ringwraiths. It don't matter. Obviously, you can't do that at tournaments, but oh, that's not the red shade of pink. That's the different colour. That's the colour I was debating using for his skin. That's fine. Just put a dollop. Pink there. Just do a little bit of clean up on his face. and then enhance Gildor, and then we'll do the wash shiz on him because we've got multiple different washes to go on Gildor. Take a clean brush and just brush away a little bit that's on this. And we'll just brush away that little bit that we got with this. Job is done. Oh, right. So. Right. I'm quite content in saying that Gildor is done. Now, base coat wise, anyway. Witch King is all done for the stream. So I'm actually going to take the Witch King away now to separate room so he can dry. Into my drying room. Plus that way he's in the sun as well, so he dries a bit quicker. Right then. Oh. Debate time. Do we do a brown? I think we do a brown wash on him. Black wash on his sword. Like the actual melly bit on his sword. So I'm actually going to do that now, since it's already on the palette. Music's just stopped again, hasn't it? Yep. Oh my god, bloody adverts.
From small businesses.
Go away. Right. Oh no, this is actual Lord of the Rings music. Oh no, 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 no. No. Copyright, calm down. Here we go. So that's interesting. The person's like, oh yeah, consider supporting our Patreon and stuff like that. And it just plays music from the Lord of the Rings. It didn't even sound like it had been covered or anything. It just sounded like the stuff from the soundtrack. So that's interesting. Oh. It just sounded like, oh yeah, they just edited it together. Which, you know, doesn't really need. is literally just ambience stuff. It is, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. It's just birdsong. Not what I want. What's this? Oh no, that's just ambience. Okay, we'll just do this. Just do this one again. Oh, here we go. Here's a bit. This might be a bit better. Okay. Right. Brown wash. Actually, no. No, not brown wash first. Not brown wash first. I want to do skim wash first. It's just a matter of making sure the skin that we've put on is dry. Yeah, that's dry. I mean, we don't need a lot for a single mini. So we've got multiple. So we've got pool in his eyes. On his hands. All right. Now we do the brown wash across the rest of the mini. Yeah, it's interesting how many elf models that they've done for this have, like, really badly receding hairlines. I don't remember Tolkien saying that. Oh yeah, the elves suffer from male pattern baldness, but there we are. I guess because, I mean, maybe because Hugo Weaving? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, a lot of the male elves in the films do have quite receded hairlines. In fairness. Hugo Weaving. Haldir's is quite receding as well, isn't it? Legolas, it's more like it's because it's tied back. Still, I suppose, yeah. I guess Callum Brimble has quite receded hairline, yeah. Maybe. Oh wait, not Celebrimbor. Celeborn. Or Celeborn, however you choose, however you pronounce it. Tell you what I do find kind of surprising. Although I guess it depends on like who owns them. I guess EA owns them. It's the characters from Lord of the Rings Third Age. And we never got any of them as minis. But again, I guess they're owned by EA. maybe there's like a nod to them in the Battle Company's book, like maybe a Battle Company you can take. It's essentially that party. There we go. Yeah, the brown wash definitely very cool. Be on the inside of the cube as well. There we go. Right. He can also dry, and then that will. And then I'll sort his base out and do his highlights later. But yeah, that is those two models done. Again, Witch King was very simple to do. Just stop using that. Witch King, very simple, and that paint scheme will be used across, well, has been used across all the other Ringwraiths. So all them will be based and highlighted back up a little bit later. I might not bother highlighting the Ringwraiths actually, to be fair. I don't know. See how it looks when it's dry. Gildor will probably be highlighted back up a little bit here and there, but we'll see. And yeah, so do his base and everything either later today or tomorrow. So keep it probably tomorrow at this point, looking at the time, because it's already 5 o'clock. I need to have something to eat, which will kill some of the dry time. The time I've eaten might be dry, but we'll see. So, next painting, there won't be a stream tomorrow. No stream tomorrow because I need to go up to Bath for a hospital appointment about my back. That's not a hospital appointment, it's a private healthcare place appointment. So there won't be a stream tomorrow because I don't know what time I'll be home, which is why I did this today instead. There won't, so possibly streams next week, but we'll see what happens with my back, which will be Silent Hill stuff. And then the next painting stream that we do will be for Fog on the Back. Well, there will actually be 2 painting streams coming up over the next month, a couple of weeks. One of which will be Tom Bombadil and Goldberry, and the other will be the Barrel Weights for Fog on the Barrow Downs. And then paint stream after that will probably be either Aragorn and the Personalities of Bree or the Mounted Ringwraiths. I'm not sure if I will do a stream for the Mounted Ringwraiths, because again, it's just the same colour scheme that I've just done, just with a horse. I might do, I might not. We'll see. And then it'll be Arwen. I'm trying to think who will be next. Oh, and then it'll be the rest of Fellowship. So that'll be Legolas and Gimli, Boromir and Gandalf, who I will probably space out. I'll probably do one where it's like Legolas and Gimli, and then another where it's Gandalf the Grey and Boromir, and then I might do and then after that will be the Watcher. Oh no, then it will be the Wargs. So a Warg and a Warg Chieftain. And then it's the Watcher, Goblins and Cave Troll, and then the Balrog. That's when we get to Moria. And then Lothlorien, because I'm worth it, which will be Haldir and Galadrin. Is it Galadrin warriors or just regular wood elves? Let's have a look. So, farm maggots done. Shortcuts make long delays. We've just done the last ones for Gildor and Ringwraith. Bucklebone Ferry is just the hobbits and the same Ringwraiths. Old Forest is the hobbits and some trees, which I've got ready to go. Foggle of Barrow Downs is the hobbits, Tom, Goldberry and Barrow-wights, which will be the next painting streams. Nazgul and Bree is the hobbits, Aragorn, Butterbur, Harry, and 4 mounted Ringwraiths. Weathertop is the hobbits, Aragorn, the Witch King, and 4 Ringwraiths. Flight to the Ford is the hobbits, Aragorn, Arwen, or Glorfindel, and Witch King, and the other 8 Ringwraiths all on horse. And then we have the Pass of Caladoras, which is when we have Gandalf, Legolas, Gimli and Boromir join. So as I said, there'll be probably 2 separate ones. Wags in the Night. Oh, Wags in the Night add Bill as well. That would be, so that will be Bill the Pony, Wild Wag Chieftain and the Wags, because there'll be a lot of browns there. So may as well just do them all in one batch. Gates of Moria is the Watcher in the Water. Balin's Tomb is Goblins, the Cave Troll. Bardolph is Goblins, Cave is the exact same. Fellowship, Moria Goblin Captains, Moria Goblins and the Cave Troll. Bridge of Chasm Doom is the same, only swap the Cave Troll for the Balrog. Lothlorien, here we go. Wood Elf Warriors, yeah, so it's Haldir without his armour and 6 Wood Elf Warriors. And then just the Moria Goblins, 2 Captains, Wild Wag Chieftain, 18 Wags. And then Amon Hen is Lutz, Scout Captain, and the Urukai Scouts. And then Table is Good Evil is Speaker. So, yeah, not bad. Moria is going to be a bitch. I'm not looking forward to doing the power. I'm really not looking forward to that. The 2 I'm most dreading are the Balrog and the Watcher. Those are the 2 I'm most dreading. The Wargs would be simple. The Wargs I might just speed paint, to be honest. Wild Chieftain, I'm not going to speed paint. Wild Chieftain I'm going to do on stream. I might just do the 18 other Wags with speed paint, because get them done quickly. Same with the Wood Elf Warriors. How many Wood Elf Warriors do I need for Lothlorien? 6. Plus Haldir. How many do you get in a box? They will be under Lothlorien. No. You'd think so. There we go, Lothlorien Wood Elf Warriors. Oh, you get loads in a box. Yeah, because that's a war fort. That's a warband. You get more than enough. 24. 24 Wood Elf Warriors. 8 with bow, 8 with swords, 8 with spears. It's probably a case where it's like they're all with bows, but even then that's enough. And then the Haldare model. So those will be a batch that I'll buy. So yeah, so those will be together. Haldare and without his armor. Armored Haldare will come later when we get to Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep I'll probably do something with. It'll be all staggered out. Anyway, Helm's Deep's gonna be a bitch. There's a load of models that are only used for the Helm's Deep scenarios. Like the Uruk-hai siege troops, most of the Uruk-hai models that I need are only actually going to be used in the Helm's Deep stuff. Like the warriors, the berserkers, the siege troops, stuff like that. They're only mainly used in Helm's Deep. There might be other scenarios. But because I'm cutting out a lot of the Rohan stuff, because like a lot of the war in Rohan has been gutted, because not doing the forts of Eisen, not doing the burning of the Westfold, we're not doing the assault on Edoras that happens while Helm's Deep is happening. So we don't actually need any Dunland models. There's an option to do like big, massive fuck you campaign where it's every single scenario from all of the books and work out the timeline of it all, but which, you know, isn't that difficult. The full timeline of the War of the Ring exists. So, because it's one of the appendices. But oh well. Anyway, bit of a quiet stream. I don't think anyone even came to watch me do this painting, but oh well. I have fun painting. It's nice and relaxing. So oh well. So next week we'll be back to Silent Hill. Might even do some more streams next week. I don't know. Undecided. But we will do that. Get Silent Hill done. And then so no stream tomorrow. Next week back on Silent Hill for the next 2 weeks, in fact, unless we finish it early. If we finish it early, then I might do the Battle White stream this month, just to be like, it's Halloween, spooky time. So the Battle Whites will be probably the next painting stream, and then Tom Bombadil and Goldberry will be the stream after that, depending how long the Battle Whites take. So I'm only going to do one of the Battle Rights on the stream. The other 3 I'm going to do in my own time, because they're going to be quite simple, I think. I don't know. Undecided. Tom Bombadil and Goldberry will definitely be done on stream though, for you folks. They're a bit more involved. Anyway. Hope you guys who have stopped by to watch enjoyed. YouTube wise, though, if you guys watch this stream back on YouTube, I'll do the same thing that I did with the Hobbits. uploads where after they're all done, I'll do a quick little follow-up video as like a little epilogue for that, and I'll clarify what the next painting stream will be. It'll probably be the Battle Whites. It's probably going to be the Battle Whites, and then Tom Bombadil will be after that. But yeah. So if we finish up, so as I've said, if we finish up the Silent Hill stuff this month, then like early, then we'll do Battle Whites. Or I might just do them all in the same week. I might just take a week off on the game stuff and do them all in one big batch. And we'll see. Anyway. Okay, hello YouTube folks. Hi. Just like in the Hobbit videos, I'm here to do a quick little follow-up for you folks. I haven't played with models this time yet. That'll come later. Basically, we're going to be doing it next week. Just waiting on a few little bits of terrain to come, but except from that, we are all good and ready to go. We have every single Ringwraith, all 9 of them, all set and ready to go. We have obviously all of the 4 main hobbits ready to go, and now we have Gildor, who is all good and ready to go. So yeah, in the end I decided not to do much highlighting on him. There's a little bit of highlighting on his cloak, as you can see, but for the most part, because he's a character that, let's be honest, nobody cares about, I opted not to put not much more time and effort into him. Base is the exact same materials that are used for the Hobbit bases. Just some simple, cheap, scenic grass. Again, I think it's from Hornby. I don't remember. It came from a railway shop. I know that. It's just a big bag of this stuff. Again, mostly used for model railway boards. That's why you get so much of it. That was only like 30 odd quid for the big bag. It might have even been less. It might have been like 20 quid. I don't remember. And then just the little meadow tufts for a little bit of added detail. And one other thing which I've started doing on all of my miniatures since painting up the hobbits is I've actually started magnetizing them. So you got a little magnet in there which is just held on with super glue. Just a dab of super glue on the base and more, and then just stuck a magnet up it. Because I've now got a magnetic box for travelling. And then other further for this video is of course the Witch King of Angmar, which is a bit different. This base material is actually from Army Painter. It's from the Basin starter pack essentially that they do, which is just some simple dirt stuff, but I quite like it. I think it gives kind of a Mordor-y vibe. And then just a simple swamp tuft, also from that same box. But yeah, again, these were just highlighted back up slightly with some, with the same mix stuff that we did on stream previously, and then just like Gildor magnet on the bottom. And all 9 of the Ringwraiths have this same sort of base. Some have tufts, some more tufts, some don't have any tufts at all. But yeah, So next patent stream, as I said during the actual video, in fact, if we jump on over to webcam, I'll just dismantle this contraption. Don't need to. Yeah, so next painting stream will be at some point over the next couple of weeks. And yeah, which will be for Barrow-wights, Tom Bombadil and Goldberry. I might get them all done in one stream, otherwise I might do a separate stream for Bombadil and Goldberry. I don't know. Undecided. Anyway, hope you all have a fantastic rest of your days, folks. Goodbye.